Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. This is what, like episode 90? Sheesh. So, more legendary hunting today. The penultimate legendary hunter. You can see on my team, I have the level 100 Palkia that I had with me last time. Yeah, when I needed to get Giratina, because obviously you can only get the Dialga in this game, and I needed Palkia and Dialga in order to get Giratina. Basically traded it over. This is an event one, it's shiny, it's cool, I like it. However, I need a level 100 Pokemon in order to get to the next area where the new, or where these next legendary Pokemon are residing. So, when you have a, just one single when you have one single level 100 Pokemon on your team, I believe it is near Morville. I always think it's near Morville City, but I'm always wrong. Is it over there? That looks new. Yes, the Fabled Cave is where we wish to land. So again, this will unlock as long as you are soaring in the sky and you have one Pokemon or more on your team that is at least level 100. I say at least as if you could go higher than that. Okay, and we will land here at the Fabled Cave. If we go into the Fabled Cave, the area is filled with electrifying pressure. Yes, and of course there is a hoop. And what are we going to do when we see the hoop? We save the video game. So, this is another situation where we will be encountering one of two Pokemon based on what version you are playing. So, in Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, you will be facing Zekrom, the legendary dragon of Unova, said to assist those who wish to create an ideal world. It's level 50 again with the moves Dragon Breath, Slash, Zen Headbutt, and Fusion Bolt. Zekrom is the more physical Pokemon, and would you look at that, 3 out of the 4 moves which it has are physical. It also learns Outrage level 85, and if Fusion Bolt wasn't good enough for you at all, Zekrom is the only Pokemon capable of learning Bolt Strike too, but at level 100. Ooh, that was very good. It's not terribly fast, but like with the majority of Uber Pokemon, if you give it a chance to attack, you'll definitely regret it. Zekrom has some nice resistances, but it also comes with a handful of really common weaknesses. Here we go! Oh wait, no, we're Grass type, we're going to resist this. And we resist it quite well. It's weak to ice, it's weak to ground, and dragon as well. Let's put it back to sleep. And they are all really common in Uber, as are fairy type moves, which are typically left to cover any dragon type opponents. So if you're going to be using Zekrom online or in competitive, in like Uber allowed tournaments, chances are you're going to run into some of its weaknesses there. So that is if you, of course, are playing Alpha Sapphire. If you are playing Omega Ruby, you'll be up against a different Pokemon. Obviously, Reshiram, sorry, you let the ball slip there. Quite literally, I'm going to throw a first-timer ball. Zekrom's counterpart, Reshiram, the legendary dragon of Unova, said to assist those who wish to build a world of truth. Level 50, again with the moves Dragon Breath, Slash, Extra Sensory, and Fusion Flare. The opposite of Zekrom, literally, since they represent yin and yang, Reshiram boasts fantastic special stats, but can also function reasonably well physically too. Just like Zekrom, at level 100, Reshiram will learn its Fire-type signature move, Blue Flare. It deals with damage a little bit better than Zekrom does. Oh, Fusion Bolt again? Well, that's in my opinion anyway. But it also shares the same weaknesses to Dragon and Ground. And I'll be honest, while it's nice to see an ability that isn't pressure on these legendary Pokemon, Terra Volt and Turbo Blaze aren't exactly the most helpful abilities. I mean, it might be useful to bypass Pokemon with like Lightning Rod or Flash Fire, I suppose, but they're nothing too groundbreaking. But then again, I suppose you don't need a groundbreaking ability when you're up against legendary Pokemons, or when you're using legendary Pokemons. Typically, you know, the stats are going to be high enough anyway. I'm having a bit of issues here catching Zekrom. I woke up again and is going to use Zen Headbutt. That has been what I've been afraid of. 2 hit points. Okay, I want to keep Elastigirl in the fight, so I'm going to hit it with a Spore. And then I'm going to heal up using a Hyper Potion. I'm actually going to use a Hyper Potion this time. So let's go with Hit Point Restore, Hyper Potion. And that should definitely take us over 100. 100? Sorry. Should definitely take us over 10 turns. So the timer ball should be in full effect now. I should start keeping track of how many turns I spend trying to catch Pokemon, to be fair. Right, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's over 100. And still haven't had a critical capture on a legendary Pokemon yet. We've had several first-time catches. Ooh, with like first balls, which has been pretty cool. But for the majority of it, there's the Dragon Breath, which I was worrying about. Not too bad, actually. For the majority of it, it hasn't been too bad in terms of catching Pokemon. Obviously, legendary capture rates are 3. In fact, actually, there's an interesting fact. Before this game, the capture rate for Zekrom and for Reshiram was 45. Mainly because it was needed for the story. It was like quite important, so they upped the capture rate to make it easier to catch. But no, in this game they reverted it back to 3, just like the rest of the legendary Pokemon. Oh yeah, there we go. Very nice. Okay. Oh wow, we grew up to level 61 as well. You may notice some inconsistencies in my levels during these legendary Pokemon videos, just because of how I'm having to record them. The deep black Pokemon Zekrom, Dragon Electric. Concealing itself in lightning clouds, it flies throughout the Unova region. It creates electricity in its tails. Or in its tail. I'm going to nickname it. Yin and Yang are a bit overdone, so I'm going to figure out what to call it. Striker has been transferred to box number 1. Okay, so, just like I said, these Pokemon, I've never noticed as well, but the Fabled Den, the Fabled Cave, sorry, the floor is set up like yin and yang, like these rocks. That's kind of cool, I guess. It looks like that. Looks like that to me anyway. Anyway, like I said, I cannot catch Reshiram just like I couldn't catch Dialga, so I've had to transfer one to my save game. So I will go get set up, and I will be back with you in a moment. Also, I like how it tells you whereabouts you are, but you can't fly back there. That's a bit annoying. Alright, before we go, I just want to mention the fact that I didn't save, and I completely forgot about that. But also, I just checked out the Zekrom that I caught. Or Zekrom, I say it 2 different ways all the time. And it's a modest nature. Nature modest, meaning that its attack is debuffed while its special attack is buffed. It actually evens out its stats quite well, but that is upsetting. I got like the worst nature possible for Zekrom. Anyway, time for us to take to the skies, because like I said, I've transferred over one of my Reshiram, not Reshiram. Okay, and with both Zekrom and Reshiram in your party, when you soar in the sky, you will find a new area. This time I'm pretty sure it's not there. Oh, here it is. Haha, I was wrong. So, behind Mount Chimney, you will see the Gnarled Den. Oh boy. Let's just say that I'm not looking very much forward to this. Alright, we will land here. And I wonder what it looks like. It's been a while. Oh, it looks completely different to what I thought it would look like. Interesting. I'm going to save before I go in there, of course. Zekrom and Reshiram in my party don't need to be anymore, I guess. But into the Gnarled Den we go. The area is filled with freezing pressure. And yes, it is frozen. Okay. And of course, there's a hoop. So I'm going to change. I'm going to save the game here instead. Alright, and in we go. I wonder what this Pokemon could be. Kyurem, the legendary dragon Pokemon of Unova, representing Wuji, the absence of both yin and yang. Of course, again, level 50 with the... Oh, it's faster than me. With the moves Glaciate, as we can see there, Dragon Breath, Slash, and Scary Face. That hurt, and it also lowered my speed. This is bad. Its stats are definitely more geared up towards being a wall breaker than either sweeping or tanking. 130 in both attacks is absolutely brutal, and it gives a lot of options thanks to moves. There's a few conflicting stories actually, oh my goodness, about Kyurem's origin. Ah, that's bad. Between the 2 games which it debuted in itself actually, This is actually a lot worse than I thought it would, and Faragon isn't going to be very helpful. Sorry. In the original Black and White games, Kyurem... Rock Smash isn't going to do too much. Kyurem was said to have arrived on a crashed meteorite that created the giant chasm. However, in the sequels, Drayden tells the legend of two brothers. That was alright. Ooh, defense fell. I'm focusing here. Revive, please, because if we keep on lowering the fence, that could end up in our favor. Yeah, the legend of two brothers who used a single powerful dragon Pokemon to create the Unova region, but the older brother sought truth and the younger sought ideals. They began to fight, and thus the single Pokemon split into two dragons, which sided with either brother. Can you guess which one's which? No, of course, these are Reshiram and Zekrom. However, a third dragon was said to be created from the leftovers when they split up, which was Kyurem. Its Pokédex entry in a few games says that it waits for a hero to fill in its missing parts of its body with truth or ideals, which supports Drayden's story, and of course references its two forms, which we'll go into after we catch Kyurem. And notice how I said after we catch Kyurem, because I remember fighting this thing in the original games, and it was a huge pain. I really struggled with this, so much so that I actually used my Master Ball on it. And I never use my Master Ball in Pokemon games. I don't know why. It's just sort of like, it mitigates the challenge. This is the one thing where I've always been annoyed with Pokemon, that they always give out legendaries. That's much better. They always give out legendaries as like gifts. They never give you the option to battle and catch it themselves. And I've always been annoyed at that, and I thought that the Master Ball was like a cheap way of doing that, so I never used it. Please stay asleep. So yeah, but when it came to Kyurem in Black and White, I used my Master Ball. However, in Black and White 2, I did not. I caught it legitimately. This is actually my third Kyurem. I haven't caught one since. 2. Oh, I thought I had it there. As soon as it uses Glaciate, we are ruined. Another Slash is fine by me. I might be able to get away with another Spore here. A Dragon Breath, okay. That shouldn't do too much. There we go, lovely. If we get paralyzed by Dragon Breath, then we are screwed. Okay. Kyurem fell asleep again. I think what I might do again is heal up with another Hyper Potion. Man, I'm gonna have to buy more Whoops. Can't you? Oh no, did that just waste my turn? Oh, I'm a terrible Pokemon trainer. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna throw that Timer Ball, and I am gonna catch it right now. You're gonna wait. You're gonna watch. It's gonna go in there, and it's gonna stay in there. Well, call me a liar. And at least it didn't wake up. That's fine. I'm gonna risk healing again. This time I'm gonna use it on the correct Pokemon. I can't believe I did that. I don't think it took it from my bag though, which is good. Alright, Kyurem woke up and used Glaciate. That will lower our speed again. Not that it matters. It's more about the damage. Jeez. Speed fell. Yeah, I can tell. Let's use another Hyper Potion. And hope it doesn't use Glaciate again. It's probably going to use Slash in order to try and do... Oh, it used Dragon Breath. As long as it does less than 53 damage, which it did 56. Okay, 2 Dragon Breaths, that's fine. If it would have used Glaciate there, we wouldn't have survived. One more Spore. I'm going to Hyper Potion myself back up to full health and throw Timer Balls again. Or, no, I'm going to save my Hyper Potions. I'm going to say if Elastigirl gets knocked out, then I'm going to just send out Manectric and I'm going to start paralyzing it and throwing Timer Balls like that. Because otherwise I'm just going to like go through every single one of my Hyper Potions, and I don't want to do that. Hyper Potions, they're meant to be saved for the Elite Four. Basically, I like to use Hyper Potions and full heals. Oh, rather than using full restores? No, I thought I had it. And it's going to wake up now. No, it's not. Okay, this next ball, you wait and see. This is going to go in. Going to throw the ball, it's going to stay in there. Whoop. Okay. And it's going to stay in, not going to pop out. Oh, call me a liar again. It's going to wake up now, isn't it? Yep. And use Slash. Okay, whatever move it uses now, we're not going to survive. So I can't help it. I need to use Hyper Potions so that I can keep sending it to sleep and getting like the higher chance of catching it than just paralysis. Slash again is going to be fine. In fact, that did hardly any damage. Keep on slashing. Oh no, I need to send it back to sleep. Okay, but you guys have witnessed this enough. Oh, there comes the Glaciate. You know the drill. You know how this is going to go. I will bring you guys back in once I have caught Kyurem, and of course, then we will go over its two forms. Aha. Oh, there it is. Literally the next ball I threw after I wasted another Hyper Potion, I caught Kyurem. Yeah. Now let's see what this says. The Boundary Pokemon. Interesting. It generates a powerful freezing energy inside itself, but its body became frozen when the energy leaked out. That's a really cool idea. I like it. And of course, I'm gonna call it Woorem, because I'm referencing the Wooji and also bringing in the Kyurem part of his name. Okay. Right. Legendary Pokemon get. And now, if we use our dowsing machine, I believe it's over here, we will find the DNA splicers. Now, this is a key item. Let's find it and see what it says there before I go into what it actually does. A splicer that fuses Kyurem and a certain Pokemon. They are said to have been one in the beginning, which I think is a kind of cool concept. However, these allow you to take either Reshiram and Zekrom in your party and merge them with Kyurem to create White Kyurem and Black Kyurem respectively, through a process called Absofusion, adding to the theory of Kyurem waiting for a hero to fill in its missing body with either truth or ideals. Gives that a little bit more rigidity in its like how true it could be. Doing so will remove Zekrom or Reshiram from your party until the process is undone by using DNA splicers again. Both White and Black Kyurem cannot be traded nor deposited into Pokemon Bank, and if you have one Kyurem already in its alternate form on your cartridge, you cannot perform Absofusion again until you have changed Kyurem back to its original form. Now, going into these Pokemon, White Reshiram gains 40 more special attack and 10 more special defense. Kyurem's signature move Glaciate becomes Ice Burn, a 140 power special ice type attack that has a 30% chance of burning the opponent. Also, if Kyurem knows Scary Face and Reshiram knows Fusion Flare before you fuse them using DNA splicers, White Kyurem will know Fusion Flare in place of Scary Face. And obviously when you unfuse them, it goes back to knowing Scary Face and Glaciate. Black Kyurem, on the other hand, of course, gains 40 more attack points and 10 more defense points. Kyurem's signature move Glaciate becomes Freeze Shock, a 140 power physical ice type attack that has a 30% chance of inflicting paralysis. If Kyurem knows Scary Face and Zekrom knows Fusion Bolt, then before you fuse them using the DNA splicers, Black Kyurem will know Fusion Bolt in place of Scary Face. And of course, when you unfuse them, they will return to their original movesets. Okay, so before we go any further, I do want to show the process of Absofusion, as it's called. So let's... oh wait, it doesn't show the location, it just shows the center of the map. Never mind, let's go back to Rustboro City, because this is apparently where I've been flying to in between all the different legendary fights. I have no idea why I chose Rustboro. I think this is when I did the legendary beasts and the trackless forests I knew were nearby. And if we head on into the Pokemon Center here, okay, and we load up our PC, I will swap out Kyurem for Reshiram. So we can see that Kyurem knows Scary Face and Glaciate, and our striker here, he knows Fusion Bolt. So we're expecting after to use the dragon, the DNA splicers, we use it on Kyurem with Striker. Kaboom! We get Wurem still. Wurem changed form, so it takes the stats of the Kyurem, or it takes Kyurem and it just adds the Zekrom to it, and we can see that Glaciate has changed into Freeze Shock and Scary Face has changed into Fusion Bolt, which is kind of cool. I do like it. It's very cool. I like the idea of this. It's a very neat idea. Oh, and the ability is Terravolt, so it takes the ability of the Pokemon that you fused it with. Unfortunately, it seems like I got a timid nature, so more speed, which actually isn't a bad thing, but less attack. So probably bad for Black Kyurem, but pretty good for White Kyurem. And again, if you want to revert it, you just choose the DNA splicers. You have to have a free slot on your party, and just pick Wurem, and they will separate again. And it's cool because it remembers which Pokemon you fused it into. Anyway, that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time, episode 91, the final video where we will be hunting down legendary Pokemon. Hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.